Ever felt the model understood you, but the tone, structure, and the examples weren't quite right? Today we'll use prompt. Yes, the prompt is actually called prompt. P-R-O-M-P-T. Welcome back to the Teacher's AI Cafe. I'm Kane, a teacher helping teachers win back time, reduce mental load, and protect our work-life balance with some practical AI workflows we can use straight away. Today we're doing prompt, which I've already gone through, is persona, request, output, type, modify, provide an example of tone, and gives you precision when you're delivering the needs in the classroom or you need to communicate with your parents or your leadership admin. Now, I do have to admire the person who went out of their way to create an acronym called prompt for prompts in AI. Obviously, they thought that was a good way to go, because it reminds me of one of those conversations where organizations get some really a convoluted name to get the acronym that they actually want to do. I think of the movies SHIELD, what that actually stands for, and so forth. So I think of prompt, the actual acronym, as a simple production brief for the model. Most time misses what happens because we leave one of these three gaps: who's speaking, which container the answer should actually arrive in, or the format, and how should it sound. Prompt closes these gaps before a single token is generated. So the token is what the system uses to generate your feedback. And in terms of using this prompt, I actually see this in more of the humanities or the English having more of an effect than, say, other areas. English teachers would really prefer this type of prompt. Persona. If you say pastoral care teacher versus ATAR modern history, you instantly change the lens, vocabulary, and the priorities. One clear persona beats stacking three: marker, literacy coach, and marketer, which often models the voice. And a lot of people do that. They put multiple personas or roles within a single prompt. A better way of doing that, it really is creating something in one voice and having the other persona then review and provide their individual feedback like you would do in a professional multi-team environment. Second one is request. Focus the task. State the concrete product, email, scaffold, rubric, and so on. The action is the draft, analysis, adaptation. Use Bloom's appropriate verb if you need some rigor. Output top controls the container. One A4 handout, 140, 160 word email, 5-line brief, single table. Name the container avoids sprawling essays and saves you a lot of formatting time. Modifies sets the constraints. The sections, the word count, syllabus codes, your location, no grades, no jargon, fit in half of an A4 page. These are your guardrails within the actual output. Provide an example. And now this is a secret sauce. If you can provide an example of what you want, and obviously you want it changed, you'll get a much more accurate response the first time that you actually put the input in. I said, even if it's a picture, some text, take a photo on your phone, upload it, put it in the system, get that guidance. It's like when we provide examples for our students of what a good quality work is, you find instantly our students will work to that standard a lot quicker and a lot faster because it gives them certainty and a goal to actually work for. Lastly is tone. Prevents robotic and PR vibes. This we can specify warm, professional, hopeful for parents, clear, student-friendly, no fluff for handouts, succinct, evidence-focused if you're marking notes or you're giving it to your admin. So this allows you to control the tone and make it less AI-written in terms of its output. In practice, prompt shines when a deliverable fidelity matters. Parent communications, student handouts, rubrics, newsletter blurbs, places where voice, your structure, and your length are really non-negotiable in what you want to produce. It's also brilliant for building reusable template. Once you've done one great prompt, you can obviously, I do suggest you save it, copy and paste it into another document. You can reuse it again and again to regenerate similar or consistent sounding outputs in seconds. So you can paste it into new notes or new prompts and generate consistent outputs. This type of prompt where all those things matter is really maybe in the area of English or drama, where that really stands out more importantly than the other aspects in different prompts. Pitfalls and fixes for this type of prompt. If it's too generic, provide an example. Even if it's a one sentence or tiny exemplar. If it's too long, tighten your output. Give it a maximum range. 150 words, 4 paragraphs. Modify. Tell it to put in things like section names. If the voice drifts, simplify the persona to one role and restate what tone you want very clearly to it. If accuracy wobbles, add a modifier. Use only the supplied notes. Do not invent facts. So an example of this is a parent email. If you want to be concise, warm, and structured. Persona, you are a pastoral care teacher writing to a parent in Australian English. And once again, you can modify that. Or you could also modify that to a low literacy parent or English as a second language parent. Request, draft a short progress update on these notes, and then you paste in the notes that you want to communicate to them. Output type is 140 to 160 words in 4 short paragraphs. Modify structures, appreciation, current strength, 1 priority focus, how we'll support, 1 family suggestion to them to home, no jargon, no grades included within that. Provide an example, such as example sentence style, or appreciate how a student contributes quietly and consistently in group tasks. Your tone should be warm, professional, and hopeful. An example here, the second one is a source analysis scaffold in a student handout. The persona, you're an experienced WA modern history teacher. Create a 1-page source analysis scaffold for Year 11 on evaluating provenance and perspective. Output is a single A4 handout with headings and short bullet points. Modification, include a 3-step checklist, model, sentence starter, bank. So a model sentence starter bank, 6 lines, a tiny exemplar, 3 to 4 sentences using a hypothetical 1917 newspaper. Australian English. Provide an example. Example stem, give the author's role as X, and then you can put in the date information. And the perspective is likely 2, and tone is clear, student-friendly, with no fluff. So those, like I said, those will give a lot more detail, a lot more personalised, friendly style responses to some of the other models. So how does prompt stack up against different models? See, look at race, which is best for end-to-end lesson flow differentiation. Prompt wins because it's got format, it adds in format and voice. In terms of APE, it has a lot more depth and clarity. And you can often get more paste-ready outputs compared to what APE would actually give us. Ryzen, which is the first model I communicate to you, is still a favourite, which is great for multi-step planning thinking. Prompt is better when you already get to know what the deliverable and what you need is actually styled and structured already in your mind, or you've got a good example. And the clear model, strong for structured classroom assessment environment. Prompt is stronger for audience-specific voice, whether it's partial and academic, and for publishable formats. Like I said, it's that English humanities area. I think it will certainly shine in that. Prompters framework allows you to produce something on how it sounds really matters compared to different prompts. Because you lock in the persona and the container, set the guardrails, give an example, and away you go. So give this style of prompt a go. Once again, if you go to my Facebook group, there will be a cheat sheet in there with the examples and with the information there. So if you obviously didn't take notes as you're following along, you can go get the information there, much more convenient. And while you're there, certainly put a question up or something you'd like me to focus on. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. As always, get on, give me a rating on Apple Podcasts, leave a really positive review, and pass on to any colleagues that are interested in using AI in their teaching practice. Till then, keep up the good work.